Hello, welcome to today's episode of CommerceCast Pod. My name is Todd Baltz. Mark Holt is out on vacation, so I'm running things solo today. On today's episode, we have Matt McClung. He's a relatively new arrival in Pocahontas. He arrived here, I think, 2022, 2023, he said, with Riverside, Kubota. He's the general manager, and we had a fascinating discussion about his earliest memory on a tractor, and then we also had a fun time talking about the difference between how Kubota has changed from the physical into now integrating technology into their, not only their diagnosing and maintenance of issues, but also how farmers and Kubota owners can see how their Kubota is performing and how that relates to the tech side on the maintenance. At the very end of the podcast, we had a fun little back and forth kind of rapid fire section, and it was really kind of a get to know Matt McClung. And so keep an eye out for, does he like sweet tea or not? And which farm dog is his favorite farm dog? We have some great guests lined up for the summer and fall for season 2. One of those guests is going to be our executive director of the Chamber of Commerce, Ann Savage, in addition to our annual fall banquet, and has also prepared some interesting events and programs for the fall. Our student ambassadors program will be returning, but also she has some interesting surprises coming up, and so she'll talk about those surprises on her episode coming up in August. Enjoy today's episode with Matt McClung of Riverside, Kubota, and be sure and go by and check out his offerings, because everyone truly needs a new, at least lawnmower, but they probably need a personal tractor. And remember, if you have a guest idea or a question for a previous guest or a question for the chamber, please email us at commercecastpod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Enjoy today's episode. Mark, we're talking local commerce, but let's talk about looking clearly at your business. Literally. We want to thank Skylar Jackson and the crew at Pocahontas Glass for sponsoring today's show.
Absolutely, Todd. Located right across the street from Walmart on Highway 67 South, Pocahontas Glass is our go-to regional shop for auto, residential, and commercial glass.
From fixing that annoying rock chip on your windshield to installing high-efficiency vinyl windows that slash your winter heating bills, Skylar's team does it all. They even handle commercial storefronts and custom shower enclosures.
Upgrade your home, vehicle, or storefront today. Call Skylar and the Pocahontas Glass team at 870-892-7676.
Well, good evening or good morning whenever you're watching this episode. My name is Todd Baltz, one of the hosts of CommerceCast. Mark Holt is not with us today. We do have Matt McClung of Riverside, Kubota here with us. Good to see you today, Matt.
Good to see you, Mr. Baltz.
We also have our executive director, Ann Savage, on the ones and twos today, helping us out for a little bit. So we're going to visit with Matt for a little bit today. I have a lot of questions, mostly because I definitely did not break a Kubota oil pan, but I have seen a Kubota oil pan.
Is that what you told your dad too?
Yeah, exactly. So I've been around Kubotas, been around the orange, been around with steel wheels, but I, do not use them regularly. Whereas I hope you use them regularly,
Yeah.
And know a little bit about them. So you are the general manager at Riverside, Kubota, and y'all moved in about 5 years ago?
No, it's been about 3.5.
Okay.
We got our official, I don't know really what you call it, but anyway, we became an official dealer August 26th of 2023.
Okay.
So we tried to move in earlier.
Yeah.
That was still during the crazy days of COVID.
Uh-huh.
So got kind of held up, but I can't really. But I remember, I think August 26th was our first official day here in Pocahontas.
Okay. We're glad to have you. Obviously, we're a big agriculture and agrarian community. And then when I first realized, there's this Matt guy, because I found out one of my friends, Angie, was going to, you hired her for some reason.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, Angie likes this guy and likes this operation. It must be pretty good. And then I heard whispers of my dad thinking, I might want a new tractor. And then I heard other people saying, that might be how to get a new tractor. I'm like, I think there's some promotionals happening or something. Something's going on that people are wanting a new kind of personal style tractor. But we're going to back up just a little bit. You were born here in Arkansas, I assume, in Mountain View is what it says here on the paper.
Yes, I was born March 13th, 91 in Mountain View.
And you went to Arkansas State. And then after that, what happened?
I really didn't know what to do. So I went back home to Mountain View and I started working for my dad. I've kind of always.
Is he a dealer as well for Kubota?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's the owner of all three of the franchises. And I kind of went back and started working for him. I've worked on and off for him for years.
Yeah.
He hasn't wised up and fired me yet. But
I mean, hopefully he'll get a little pushback from your mom.
Yeah, I think that may have been the only thing that's really get me in my spot. But I started working for him out of college, and just really, I enjoy the ag side.
Yeah.
Back then, we were Ford, motor vehicles and Kubota equipment.
Yeah,
and I just kind of fell into the routine of it. And anyways, just.
So you said y'all have three locations. So here, Batesville, and where else?
Mountain View.
Mountain View. Okay, awesome.
Mountain View, Batesville, and here. And I've got some outstanding brother-in-laws that manage the one in Mountain View and the one in Batesville. Okay. We're a whole family operation. And that really, makes it easier. We can trust each other.
Yes, you can trust each other, and also probably your customers can trust that you're not going to take advantage of them because you're not, even though you're Kubota or Ford, and, a big company, you're a family-owned business.
Being in Pocahontas and Batesville and Mountain View, they're, small towns, and you rely so much on repeat business and repeat customers, and that really is, you have to have that.
Yeah.
And so that really is why that we strive to do our best to follow up to make sure that we take care of you, because you have to depend on that repeat business. We're not in a big city where, you can just.
Batesville is, I think 11, almost 12,000. Pocahontas is a little over 8,000. Not sure how big Mountain View is, but I'm pretty sure
we've still got more cattle than people in Mountain View. It's about 2,800.
Oh wow, yes. So definitely the repeat business, and you want them to keep coming back and keep trusting.
Yes.
Trusting y'all and trusting y'all's equipment. Well, speaking of, your dad, what is the earliest memory you have of working around him, either in the shop or on the floor, trying to get a customer to trust you to, yes, you should buy this new tractor. I know I'm a 12, but really you should trust me.
One of the first kind of memories I have of being around equipment, I was probably 5 or 6.
Okay.
And my dad never had a new tractor until I think it was 2004, 2005.
Okay.
He always used trade-ins, and one day I snuck off. I was 6 maybe. One day I snuck off across the creek and somehow got this. It was big back then, it was 75 horsepower. I got this thing started, and I had his mower down, and, I was just running that mower across his hayfield.
Yeah, of course. Oh,
and,
no.
Just had no idea what I was doing. And, of course, when he got home, he found out what I'd done.
Yes.
And it was not a pretty afternoon for me. But that was one of the first, kind of involvements with equipment and farming. And it's just something that's in your DNA, and I've just stuck with it my whole life.
My biggest memory of a hayfield situation is actually involving one of our previous guests, Scott Baltz. But I was driving the 4-wheeler on the farm, bored, whatever, probably gonna go to the rock quarry and swim, and he happened to be mowing down or doing something with the hayfield that Dad asked him to do, and the 4-wheeler caught on fire.
Mm.
And there was tall grass because it was summer, and I'm like, there was no one around. And in this area, probably in Mountain View, also, is the cell phone going to work? Are they going to hear me on the other end? And thankfully, Scott Baltz, the fire chief. He may not even fire chief at the time, but he had a fire extinguisher in his tractor,
Sure.
and he came over there and sprayed it down. I'm like, oh, this is an unfortunate phone call to be like, so we need a new 4-wheeler, but the farm is fine. Because I was like, again, I could
Yeah.
see 67 through the trees if I could squint, but it was like, no, how am I gonna get help? So that's
Yeah.
my biggest memory of a hayfield situation. So
Fires are not fun.
no, I bet not. Now you've climbed the ladder at the dealership from just being helping your dad, from then actually helping, actually working with people, and now you are not just helping, now you're managing.
Yeah.
What had you kind of learned about managing, especially at a young age, because we are still young, that helps you relate to the farmers and other customers that walk in?
Well, we're farmers ourselves.
Mhm.
You know, we still have cattle back in Mountain
Okay.
View.
How many cattle?
Uh,
I have 30, so I understand you don't know how many, because all I know is 30 plus some little ones.
my dad is pretty bad at being the last of the nomadic herdsmen, because the sheriff's department calls me sometimes late at night telling me I have cattle out, and I'm like, well, I'm in Batesville, and
Yeah.
that gentleman's 76 years old. He's not going to get out at midnight.
No.
But anyways, we feel a lot of the same pains. I mean, because we are that.
Mhm.
You know, we are them. We are the man that. We're the ranchers. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need a little extra help to get things moving along. That's why you need some of that bigger farm equipment, or just the next size up, because just the truck isn't going to help solve your problems on the farm. You need that bigger size tractor that's not super big, but big enough to help move some dirt or move some posts around.
Yeah.
And especially my dad's been able to use his tractor to help pull out some bigger tree stumps that were just sitting there. Tree was slowly dying. Oh, now we can actually get it out and get rid of it. So I could definitely understand how y'all's particular products are like good for just that not quite big farm operation, but the one the next size down.
Yeah, especially with talking about stump removal, especially with the addition we got in 2025, the addition of the construction line through Kubota.
Mm-hmm.
That has opened up some new doors to stuff that, we'd never been exposed to before, like the skid steers and the excavators, and that's been a whole new market we've had to adjust to.
So you are able to start selling to maybe some municipalities?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There's a lot of construction going on, especially east here in Jonesboro. Yeah. I have learned that there, as far as impatient people, you have hay farmers, the guy with 2 acres and his lawnmower, and then the construction guys.
Yes.
They want their stuff fixed, and that's really where our service team comes in.
Okay, good.
We have the best of the best, I really believe.
And do they rotate through all 3 locations, or you have a service team here in Pocahontas and Mountain View? And
every store stands on its own. We have educated techs at every store. We have Kubota universities that we send them to in the fall, early in the spring, where they get the knowledge hands-on from Kubota themselves. But yes, every store has to be able to stand on its own. We have service trucks that have every tool, parts.
That's awesome.
And, we put them on the road and we get the job done.
That's really great. And even though Batesville and Pocahontas are not that far apart, that does mean though y'all able to kind of almost double your coverage by having service teams at both.
Yes, we overlap a lot. A lot of times, being as stretched out as we are, one store will sometimes not have the service volume, and we can ship. That's one way we can get stuff back to people quicker. We can load it up on a trailer if a customer's needing his machine back, send it to the other store, get it back to him as quick as possible.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's a really, again, a mark of family-owned businesses, because they know the customer on a personal level, and also they probably have to have their cell phone. They're checking their emails a lot faster. Hey, we're going to rearrange this. They'll be there tomorrow at 9 instead of 10, and they're coming from this location instead of that location. But being a little bit closer knit of a business yourself, able to actually reassure the customers, hey, we are thinking about you and trying to take care of you.
Yeah. Like I said, we rely so much on repeat business, and you have to take care of everybody. And a lot of the thing about being a manager is you're responsible for your own men. You're responsible, for the customer, and you're responsible for your store. And there's a lot of nights, everybody else, the mechanics, the sales staff, the service staff, a lot of those guys can go home at night at 5 and turn it off. I cannot.
No.
It's just something. I cannot tell you how many times I've got home, and I don't live here, so I have to commute. And I've got home and go, oh, Lord, did I call so-and-so back? Did I order this? There's a lot of mad dashes that you don't even hug and kiss your kids. You just run to the computer to see.
Yes. Did I really send that off, or is it still in my drafts?
Yeah.
I've
had several panic attacks.
Oh no, that's no fun. Well, speaking of, that closeness, you and your dad have worked together. Do y'all have a phrase or a rule about how you're able to? We've been at the store all day. Maybe it was stressful. Maybe this service team got behind. That service team truck messed up. We have 4 customers who are waiting. How are you able to go end of the day at 5:30 or 6, get home, get ready to go to the ball game or just have dinner? Do y'all have a phrase or have a walk where you can wrap up the day, or at least park the day in the file cabinet and open up the family dinner file cabinet?
No, it carries over. It's just, it goes back to what I said, my family, my mom and dad, my brother-in-laws, their family, everybody's tied to this. And you, no matter how hard you try for us, you can't shut it off. But it's like the commute back home is for me, it's my hour and 15 minutes to just listen to the radio. And then when I get back to the house, it's just right back on. I cannot tell you how many times we actually sit up at night trying to plan, for tomorrow. But, when it's your neck on the line, and, we are providing jobs. I mean, we're a lot of good jobs.
A lot of good jobs.
To the area. And, a lot of people depend on us, to get their crops in, to get, their harvest in. And that weighs on my mind a lot. And, it's something, like I said, it's something some people can. I'm not going to lie. Some people can turn it off. I can't turn it off.
Well, again, that just speaks to the fact that you're passionate about it and you care about it. And so that should hopefully comes through when you're talking to your customers, especially your repeat ones, that, hey, he really does care. And the phrases he's used, the body language he's showing us, we're not just a number. We're an actual human being.
I study the negative reviews more than I ever will the positive.
Well, better than get into a comment section. The comment section, while you tell everyone to like, share, and subscribe and comment, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. We may or may not read your comments, but please comment, because those negative ones, they stick with you.
They do.
I mean, the people can tell you all day long, great job. We thank you for your service. Thank you for doing this. I'll just do my job. And then someone comes and says, hey, you were that 30 minutes late, pushed me back, and then that made this, and then it broke again, so I had to call you back out there. And you're like, I'm doing my best. Sorry, your field might be full of rocks. But I'm doing my best. But that comment and that sticks with you, and that's can be unfortunately kind of sucky sometimes.
It is, but you can't. And that's what I tell people. There's a lot of stuff that don't make it to my desk. Because you have other people, and you always kind of have to look for that. Because if you're never trying to improve, then you're not doing, a good enough job. You have to always be striving to improve in something. Whether it's your service team, whether it's your sales team, you need to be able to listen and respond. And sometimes it doesn't get to my desk, and that's where the balls get dropped.
Balls, I'm sure. I mean, since y'all have been in this family-owned business for a while, does Kubota. I know you said it was Ford, then became Kubota. Do y'all have a good, support from them because y'all been in this so long? Does the bigger operation give y'all pretty fast resources if y'all reach out and say, hey, we've tried this, we tried this, we tried this. All three of us and all three stores have worked on the same problem. Does the bigger organization recognize that y'all are passionate and not just in it for the money, so to speak?
Yes. Kubota is they've increased the tech side of it. But, you got to remember, my dad's 76 years old, and we started selling. My granddad started selling. He started with International in 1965. That was when he incorporated. And so he carried International and then turned into Case International until they dropped him in 91 because they didn't make anything less than 75 horsepower.
Yeah.
And we picked up Kubota in 92. And my brother-in-laws all grew up around machinery. So really between the four of us, there's a little bit of a walking encyclopedia.
Oh my goodness, that's cool.
On how to be able to, because when you're a family-owned business like we are and you're in these rural towns, you can't just depend on, there always being an ace technician.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to learn a lot of it for your own knowledge, for your own survival. But Kubota does do an excellent job of, if we have a issue with a tractor or RTV or whatever, to submit a case study, and they poll. All those case studies are stored, in their data center, and it can give you an answer very quickly.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't like. I kind of have a rule. I don't like to keep your equipment any longer than a week. That's something we've kind of always been able to do, is have a quick turnaround time.
That's
very
something
impressive. We strive to do. It's
not
always
possible, but if that's the goal, that's like everyone realizes this is the kind of what we're aiming for. This is our target. If we miss this target, well, it's not a hard line target. We have failed.
Yeah.
Even if we get the product out on day 6 or day 8, we still have not done to 100% of our capacity.
Yeah. The first thing I hit when I get to the store in the morning is a shop. I want to see what's been moved, what's come in, what's left, because people demand service.
Yeah.
And for what the equipment costs nowadays,
yes,
they need it to do their job, and you want them to have it.
And especially in rural areas, it is probably a drive. It's usually a drive to the store to haul it, drive back to the store to pick it up, and then take it to their location. Then, most likely, they're not quite ready for it at that point in time because they have other projects going on. So they'll circle back around to it. So they need to know when they get it back and actually get it working, maybe a week after they get it back, that it's going to be ready to go.
Yeah.
Because it's still then another time to drive back to you, call, and get it scheduled in.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned earlier you live in Batesville. So you're driving back and forth. You're kind of decompressing a little bit in the car ride, as long as no one calls you, or texts you, or you get a DM. But what have you kind of noticed on your drive into Pocahontas the past couple of years that tells you, oh, I've left in Batesville, now in Pocahontas? What kind of the first thing kind of tells you I'm here?
Well, I do. I counted it up, and I take the interstate, and it's 5 counties to get here.
Yep.
Well, I mean, by the time you get Randolph, but you go off the hill at Batesville, and then the next thing you know, you're in the Delta. Of course, the number one realization that I am close to work is Pico.
Yes.
But it's beautiful and the store location is just in a crazy thing if you really if you think about it, because I mean you have literally the Delta to your right, and then you have the rolling hills to the end of the Ozarks there to your left. But
and you're like, okay, this drive into this spot, it's really great location to see me, not a great location for being like bring a tractor into me.
Yeah,
it's like you pass me, then go to KFC, and then you come to the shop.
Yeah, you have no idea how hard that is to explain to some people sometimes with semis.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because those guys come in, and if it's their first time, you'll tell them, be like, hey, take 62, turn behind the KFC,
Mm-hmm.
and then the next thing you know, they've high-centered a semi there.
Yes.
Right in front of the store.
And you're like, oh, good thing I have these tractors to help get this semi up and off. But
we have had, I think it was I can't remember which truck. I'm not going to say which truck.
Yeah.
But we have had to take the biggest tractor Kubota makes
Oh,
to try to get a semi
oh man,
back on 67 there.
And see, that should be in the marketing campaign of see how strong our tractors are. We can lift the semi. That's what you need for the marketing campaign. Oh, that's awesome.
That little intersection keeps it interesting. I will say that.
Yes, it really does. It's almost like we need another bridge, or something. Now you see two cities daily.
Mm-hmm.
What's something that is unique about Batesville? And then more importantly, what's something unique about Pocahontas that in your mind really makes Pocahontas stand out on its own?
The Batesville is progressing so much that, it's almost like it's becoming they're both cities, but one's starting to be, Batesville has a lot of manufacturing and, a lot of the Batesville has changed so much over the last few years. It's really insane. Pocahontas has got to be the community. This is a tight-knit community.
Yeah.
And they really, the thing I like about Pocahontas is when we first started, when we put in here, sorry.
No, you're fine.
When we first put in here, it amazed me at the people that would just stop to introduce themselves and just tell you, hey, good luck.
Yeah.
We're rooting for you. And we had, the chamber always comes out and does the ribbon cutting, but we had a lot of people before that from all around. And if you remember during one of the last 500-year floods we've had back to back, you will not believe the people that reached out when that was starting to kind of get up next to the store. The people that reached out and said, "Hey, can we help you move? Can we do this?" That I've been to a lot, Mountain View, Batesville, and we've all had some sort of natural disaster.
Yeah.
Never had people reach out like they have here. It really, and for me to be an outsider,
yes,
and them just
not being here very long, you're like, who is calling me, and who's calling me again, and another person's calling me. They're not asking. They're not asking me for something. They're asking, can they help me? Do something.
It was like 5 or 6 people. I'm not lying.
I believe it.
I mean, it was really amazing, very heartfelt.
Oh yeah.
For people to be able to do that, pretty much for a stranger.
Well, I mean, as you well know, it's we've had 5 or 6 500-year floods, and so it really, as soon as that water starts getting above that certain level, it's almost like we have a little bit of a traumatic response of everyone has to get to work and like how they're doing and prepare for this water that. A lot of times, we're like in, April, March, early May. Okay, we need some rain. And then we're in July. We need some rain. But then for a little bit of time, we're like, no more rain. No more rain, please. No more rain. That's really nice for you to say that about Pocahontas. Because
it was very touching. And, it's something that's why we really like being here. Pocahontas has a sense of pride. And it has pride in itself. And you don't get that in a lot of cities.
Yeah. And that pride is shared by multiple different groups for the same thing, which is Pocahontas. It's not just pride in their one little section. It's pride that each group has, and it's for a certain thing, which is the town.
Yeah.
Well, thank you as someone who's been Pocahontas all my life. Thank you for that compliment.
Yeah.
Now, we've kind of mentioned this already, but Kubota and Ford, they are bigger, but y'all are family owned. And so obviously Kubota.com exists, but Riverside Kubota.com exists, and you actually know the person on the other end. Why should a farmer in this area deal with you and not just try and go online to the bigger store?
We have noticed a uptrend. Amazon right now, people buying stuff left and right off Amazon.
Because I assume it looks the same, and the description matches what they're probably seeing on their parts. Yeah. So it's probably not a blame, or you probably don't say, you understand why they're doing it. But Why is that may not be the best thing to do?
Well, we've ran into a big problem. Kind of really when we first got here, I think it was 2024.
Mm-hmm.
We had people buy injectors
Okay.
off Amazon, and the big deal is that if you buy a Kubota injector, we have to have the serial number off the injector to put in the tractor, so the computer will recognize it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a bunch of these people that spent money on injectors from
other stores, other online retailers.
Other retailers. I don't really know what to say that's legal.
Yeah.
But we have people that have bought it from other retailers, and Kubota injectors are specific.
Yeah, specific.
And to be able to work with the computer. And then you have to tell that guy, hey, sorry, but this is going to cost you more money.
I mean, we're not going into specifics. Mostly it's been a couple years since I listened to that podcast, wrestle with new articles. But I distinctly remember about probably right before COVID, some of those bigger and different colored agricultural retailers were starting to run into some issues with their computer systems and people buying things online and be like, oh, this part should match, and then it doesn't quite work, or it does work for 6 months, but then they take their tractor in to get serviced, and it's like, oh, we can't service you because while 9 out of 100 parts are all correct, this one part that is attached to the computer, anyways, is not able to be covered under our maintenance.
And any time you have a warranty issue, Kubota is going to want to see, or any manufacturer really, is going to want to see their filters, their fluids, their OEM stuff, or else you run a fair chance of getting that warranty claim denied.
Yeah.
And as we know with these motors, transmissions, electronics, you're talking thousands.
$1,000.
Yeah.
And most likely it died right when you're about ready to need it, or you are needing it right then. It never dies on a regular, slow, it's a fine day for things to mess up. It always dies right, usually in the middle of the field, whenever you possibly are harvesting.
Yeah. It always seems it's got to be exceptionally dry and hot. It's got to have all these good factors.
All these really good factors that make everyone just having a great day. Everyone's smiling. No one is at all stressed out or irritable.
Or there's rain on the way.
Yes. Yeah, rain on the way. Now, speaking of kind of that high-tech stuff, and you said your dad and uncles have been in this for a long time. What have they noticed, and then what have you noticed about the shift from some of those older style tractors to now things being very digital, very computer tied in, to where now you can, almost, not quite, but almost, really, the tractors were basically Waymos before Waymos. From what I can tell, the tractors were almost self-driving.
I would say that of course, there are some now that are self-driving. I think it's going to be, you need a balance really of both worlds, because there's a lot of people that don't need all this fancy electronics that come on. There's a lot of people that have a big base, and we try to tell Kubota that, we do not need electronic heated seats in a tractor. We've done without them for years.
Yes.
But they're adding a lot of technology to it, and I think that's great if you want it. AI is going to be in this equipment before. Well, it's in.
It's been in.
But like on those spray rigs, think about how many thousands it's going to save a farmer, where you drive that sprayer through the field and it just notices where it needs to spray versus you just. I was in a tractor earlier today, and these skid steers, you don't have to put a radio in them anymore. They've got their own radios built into the console. There's automatic start and stop on them. There's, you can pretty much dial in on the tractor. And matter of fact, the new tractors, the Grand L series that's here, you can just select on the onboard dash what you're going to do with it. Okay. And it knows how to tune itself, loader work, cutter. And that's coming in our big tractors. You can tell it basically what you're going to be doing, and it automatically sets the dials.
Oh, that's awesome.
For you.
And I assume that probably a lot of those bigger ones too can then probably via USB, maybe Bluetooth, maybe even wirelessly, can send that information to a farmer's computer.
Oh yeah,
where they can keep track of that on their at home, and then have those kind of records to help them plan their processes better.
We have telematics now. And there's other programs you can download.
I mean, is there an app on the phone a farmer can have to press start on the track on the phone? The tractor will be fired up.
Yeah.
And then,
well, I really don't. I'm thinking of the new ones that came out now have remote start.
Okay.
But I'm sure
that's on the way.
Yeah.
The second question, this is a personal, selfish question.
Okay.
Because whenever I had to drive a Kubota and then even try and drive some of the bigger tractors, not very often, but most of the Kubota, it was a small one, but I did not grow up learning how to drive a stick. So then having that clutch, hold down the clutch to get the start and then get it going, is like finally working on getting rid of that where it's just really the key and then you can go like a car.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
They've had that for a long time.
Okay, well, good. Because even the one that I believe that has, I'm like, I think there are still 3 pedals. I'm like, okay, got to make sure I hold down, and then really the brake is not really stopping, even though it does stop, and you really have to use the clutch to really stop and pause the tractor. So it was always a little tricky. So good. I'm glad they're finally getting a little closer to what everyone drives, which is a car. And then, of course, eventually, it will just be all remote start, and you can do it with a joystick, even better.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's last personal question. Sorry, viewers. I need to know because they look cool, and as someone who likes to read some sci-fi novels, I'm like, listen, those big robots, they better not have multiple pedals. At this point, they should have 2 pedals because those people who drive those big fancy robots in the sci-fi books, they should be able to use their Xbox controller to drive them around, not multiple pedals and shifting gears and flip-on switches. But I want to ask about, because you mentioned this already, your service teams.
Yeah.
And I'm going to dive in a little more in there because as we have some more automation coming on, some more digital stuff, while it's difficult already to replace the oil pan and get everything going correctly.
Yeah.
Now you have to replace the oil pan, get your hands dirty, then I guess clean your hands well to type and connect I'm sure super stable USB connector port into someone's tractor to then find and run diagnostics. How are you managing to recruit people who can do both of those things? Because digital and physical, some of them can be connected, but they're usually 2 different skill sets and different ways of thinking about the world. So what are y'all kind of doing to get people who can do both?
Well, it's become actually a lot more easier because the newer generations, brought up with computer classes. The diagnostic tools that we use are basically pretty simple to operate. What we always try to do, and once again, we have Kubota University. So if you do have a guy that's fairly new, you can send him to Kubota University in the fall, and they'll show him exactly what he needs to do. This is how it needs to read. Step-by-step user guides, they'll walk them through that. And, luckily, all of our service managers, I believe at every store, they've been with us for a long time. They know how to run the diagnostic tools themselves. Okay. I know how to run the diagnostic tools. Okay. Like I said, you got to know, you got to wear many hats when you're the man. I don't go out in the field very much unless I just absolutely have to. Or unless it's on hay tools.
That's on those days that it's definitely not hot, irritable, and extra dusty, and rain coming in.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, awesome. Now, let's take a step back from the dealership. You are serving your first year on the Roanoke County Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. Thank you. Why is it important to you? And perhaps it became important once you had all those phone calls come in during the water rising. But someone who does not live here, but you work here, you employ people here, why was it important to you to say, I should say yes when the community I'm working in is asking me to serve in this extra role?
Well, I feel very attached to Pocahontas. This is kind of, I've been blessed my whole life. I've had Lance back at Mountain View, my brother-in-law. He's just gifted to be in charge, be a leader. And I've had my dad. I've had those two my whole life. So when I came to Pocahontas, you're cutting your teeth. You have a chip on your shoulder. You've got to prove that you can do this. And but anyway, when I've come into this area, I'm gonna be here for a while. There's some reasons that we didn't move Pocahontas first. We're still looking for a house, a place to live here, to make Pocahontas home.
Okay.
But when I got asked if I would like to run, you want to make this town as successful as you can. Because there's more people that we can bring into Pocahontas, the better my business is going to do, the better the businesses here on the square are going to do. That's why I felt, and to be voted in has truly been a true blessing. And I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah. Well, we're really happy to have you have someone else who is starting something new, but something also that's really vital to the community, to having people serve this agrarian community, especially a tractor that even I recognize, and I barely know how they work. On your time on the board, what's one thing that you kind of seen this first year that local businesses, organizations that you kind of got to know a little bit more, see a little more of, think they can do a better job of supporting and kind of cross-promoting each other?
That's a tough question. I think we do a lot for these business owners. On Facebook, I always tried to promote, my neighbor, the Posy Patch.
Yep.
And, of course, the Buttercream Bakery. That is just the greatest thing about this town.
It is. And it's conveniently just happens to be on your drive.
Oh, I've gained 15 pounds. But it is so delicious.
It is so delicious.
I think the one thing that we could improve on, if we could improve kind of anything, is we need to be able to sponsor, have more events.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about having an antique tractor show.
Okay.
I've thought about a lot of things, to try to bring in.
Yeah.
But Pocahontas, I really just, you can't really fault it.
Well, you mentioned it earlier. You were just so overwhelmed. How people who you really didn't know call you to say, hey, can I come help put up sandbags or haul things out of your shop?
Yeah.
And you tell me where to take them. Yeah. It's like, excuse me? You want to come take things out of my shop and then I'm going to direct you like you're my employee to go drop them off someplace? I mean, and it's raining. You're willing to do this? Like, what? So again, it's I'm glad to know that Pocahontas, for someone who's kind of an outsider, but was rapidly becoming a very important part of his community, sees that Pocahontas is actually doing pretty well.
It is. I mean, like I said, it's a very helpful community. I really just can't fault it on anything. I think everybody tries their best, and could we do things better? Probably.
Yeah.
But such is life.
Yes, such is life. Such is life. Well, we're gonna I have a couple of rapid fire questions you did not get, a few, and then we will go to our break.
Okay.
So, first question: sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Oh, sweet tea.
Or okay. If you could only drive one tractor for the rest of your life, a brand new climate control Kubota or a classic open cab vintage model?
It's not even a question. Give me the cab.
Okay. What is the most common excuse a customer gives when they bring in a lawnmower with a completely bent blade? Remember, this is the excuse they're giving you when they bring in the blade.
I don't know about a bent lawnmower blade. I've heard some doozies in my day, but the best one, of course, is it was like that when I bought it.
Yes, of course. It's always they walked off the store like this.
Yeah.
Okay. The perfect weekend getaway: a cabin deep in the Ozarks with zero cell service, or a beach resort.
Oh, give me the Ozarks. There ain't nothing fun about the beach.
Okay. Who is the undisputed champion of the coffee pot at Riverside, Kubota?
That would be a toss up between Seth and oh, good Lord, Seth and probably my dad.
Okay.
I think they go Seth. Seth beats him. I think Seth has three pots a day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he makes it stout too. I like Seth's coffee.
Well, good. Okay. If commodity prices double tomorrow, what is the very first upgrade a local farmer buys from you?
Well, he's always. That's kind of hard to say because a farmer will always upgrade what he rides in, so
Mm-hmm.
a tractor
Yeah.
more than likely. But you have a lot of people that are kind of get fond
Mm-hmm.
of what they're driving, and so they'll upgrade, their equipment, their implements more than
Okay.
they will upgrade their tractor.
Okay. And this is not rapid fire, but if that were to, if that commodity prices do double, should they upgrade their actual big working system or just the pieces around it?
I think that goes back to really kind of because nowadays you're dealing with the EPA, the
Mm-hmm.
government got involved in equipment, and I think 2014 ish, not for every manufacturer, but there's emissions on these new tractors, and there's a lot of people that don't put very many hours on them,
Mm-hmm.
and so I can see them keeping an old reliable
Yeah.
machine and then updating their implements more than I can just see them updating their tractor. But
Okay.
anyways, also a lot of my business depends on what the tax man tells you to do.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's very true. Very true. Now, can you tell if a diesel engine is healthy just by listening to the pitch of its hum?
Yes.
Okay. Homemade biscuits or hot cornbread?
Man, now we're getting tough. Give me the homemade biscuits.
Okay. If a Kubota utility vehicle had a theme song, what would it be?
I don't know. If it had a theme song, I have no idea on that one.
Okay. The ultimate farm dog: blue heeler, lab, or border collie?
Oh, blue healer by far.
Okay. What is the cleanest, most organized drawer in your personal toolbox?
None. None.
If you could paint a Kubota tractor any color other than orange, what would it be?
Ooh, I have seen some for the drag races
Uh-huh.
that they've done in all black, because I guess you can't I guess they can't tell, really
Yeah.
who the manufacturer
Yeah.
is. They paint them all like midnight. Those things are sharp. And for land prides, I can't remember what anniversary, but they started doing some implements in all black, and that really sets off that orange paint. But I would have to go either black or white, really,
Okay.
or maybe
White.
yeah.
Okay. I'm just imagining the teenage workers after school constantly cleaning the tractors with a power washer. I'm just like, that's a lot of extra work every day.
Yeah.
What is the most unnecessary accessory you've ever seen someone install on a riding lawnmower? Unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just depends on really where you stand on it, but I have seen some install like cooler racks.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen more of them on tractors than I have.
Okay.
People that I had one the other day that a guy had welded to make. They have a handle on the old series for the four-wheel drive. You pull up, well, even on the new ones. But we had a guy weld a little latch thing where all he had to do was just flip the latch and it pulled it up in four-wheel drive.
Okay.
But people get creative with a welder and a loader sometimes, and you're kind of like,
Like, it's gonna be hard for you to bring that in for me to fixed now. Like
Yeah.
you take apart your very carefully welded thing. Okay. Spend a Saturday afternoon pond fishing or river fishing.
Oh gosh. I spent a lot of time on White River growing up. I know it like the back of my hand. Of course, I've got 2 kids now, and the river now scares me with them.
Yes.
So the pond is a little safer.
You're
But
like,
if it was,
now I know why my mom was so concerned about me.
yeah,
Oh, no, mom, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. And your kids are like, I want to go. You're like, no, it's
Yeah.
dangerous till you're 30.
yeah, kind of. But I would say just for myself, I got to pick the river.
Okay. Last question. What is the one tool in your shop that has been there the longest and will never be replaced?
Boy, that's a hard one. I have some wrenches that I would actually, they were my granddad's. I would actually like to have them dated.
Okay.
Of course, his toolbox, he passed away in 95. I really didn't get to know him. But I've still got 2 or 3 of his toolboxes in our shop at home.
Mm,
And, they haven't really been,
yeah.
my dad's used them a little bit, but a lot of his tools just haven't been used since he passed. So there's no telling how old some of those tools are.
Okay. Mark, we're always looking at the numbers behind local business. But here's a number every family in Randolph County needs to know: 39. We want to thank our sponsor, John Plumley, and his team at ProMed Ambulance for sponsoring today's episode.
That's right, Todd. For over 30 years, ProMed has been bringing world-class care directly to our doorsteps. And their priority care program is a game changer. It's not insurance. It's an ambulance membership that shields you from unexpected transport bills.
That number, $39 a year for an individual or $69 a year for your entire household, you're covered across their massive 4,600 square mile service region. We are talking about literal rolling emergency rooms equipped with LifePack monitors and critical care ventilators.
And if your insurance doesn't cover a transport, members get a 40% discount. Protect your family's budget today at promedambulance.com or call at 870-248-0911.
We thank ProMed Ambulance for sponsoring today's episode. Thank you to ProMed for sponsoring our episode. So, Matt, one question we ask every podcast guest is, what is one person, organization, or individual you would like to give a shout out to that you think has been a benefit to the community here in Randolph County the past week, yesterday, today, the past month?
I definitely have always got to go with the Buttercream Bakery, Misty Stowers. I think you definitely need to have her on here.
Yep.
She brings so much joy to this community. I think she's an awesome lady.
She is.
Because you read about her bakery in a lot of magazines. See it on Channel 8 a lot.
Her Facebook page does very well.
Yeah.
And it's been really great that she now has a drive-through feature. Her moving from the square to that location has really, I think, been a big boon for her business, and to really sell to Pocahontas that, hey, we have enough support for a local bakery that it can actually exist outside just a window shop on the square, but actually be its own big building.
Yeah. And then, of course, I always want to give a shout out to our mayor, the Mongol. Is that right?
Yes, Mongo.
I couldn't remember, but anyway, I think he's done a real excellent job, and he really has a tough job. I cannot imagine being mayor, but he's done a fantastic job, and I'm very thankful for him and what he does.
Okay, so Misty and Keith, we get to shout out this week. Well, Matt, thank you so much for coming on the show.
I sure have enjoyed it.
I'm glad to have someone else young be on the Chamber of Commerce. I did not realize we were the same age. That's always awesome. I'm like, okay, there's some new blood happening in Pocahontas.
Yeah,
that's really great to hear. But thank you so much.
Thank you,
and I will see you at the next board meeting, hopefully. And to our viewers and listeners, remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And also send us an email at commercecastpod@gmail.com. If you have an idea for a guest, any questions for past guests, and definitely check out riverside.kubota.com to see what all Matt has on offer. Thank you again, and see you next time.
Thank you.
CommerceCast is a production of Fox Science Studios. We are hosted by Mark Holt and Todd Baltz. Our executive producers are, also Todd Baltz and Mark Holt. Special thanks to the Randolph County Chamber of Commerce. Music provided by AGI. You can find links to everything we discussed today in the show notes. If you have a question or a topic idea, email us at commercecastpod@gmail.com. If you enjoyed the show, please leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It really helps new listeners find us. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you next time right here in the studio. Thanks for listening. Mark, we're always looking at the numbers behind local business. But here's a number every family in Randolph County needs to know. 39. We want to thank our sponsor, John Plumley, and his team at ProMed Ambulance for sponsoring today's episode.
That's right, Todd. For over 30 years, ProMed has been bringing world-class care directly to our doorsteps. And their priority care program is a game changer. It's not insurance. It's an ambulance membership that shields you from unexpected transport bills.
That number, $39 a year for an individual or $69 a year for your entire household, you're covered across our massive 4,600 square mile service region. We are talking about literal rolling emergency rooms equipped with LifePack monitors and critical care ventilators.
And if your insurance doesn't cover a transport, members get a 40% discount. Protect your family's budget today at promedambulance.com or call at 870-248-0911.
We thank ProMed Ambulance for sponsoring today's episode. Mark, we're talking local commerce, but let's talk about looking clearly at your business. Literally. We want to thank Skylar Jackson and the crew at Pocahontas Glass for sponsoring today's show.
Absolutely, Todd. Located right across the street from Walmart on Highway 67 South, Pocahontas Glass is our go-to regional shop for auto, residential, and commercial glass.
From fixing that annoying rock chip on your windshield to installing high-efficiency vinyl windows that slash your winter heating bills, Skylar's team does it all. They even handle commercial storefronts and custom shower enclosures.
Upgrade your home, vehicle, or storefront today. Call Skylar and the Pocahontas Glass team at 870-892-7676.